Ready. Howdy, folks. Um, uh, Thank you for joining us this week for this week's stream. Today, we had a pretty exciting last week. We opened up the first public playtest to 4 people that are on the community server. And so far, that's been great. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from that. And so I think on this week's stream, what we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and go through some of that feedback and try to, correct some of the changes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work in Studio. Studio has seen a number of really big updates. We have gotten the interview actually integrated, along with a lot more just like kind of fleshing it out. I suppose we'll start with just a run through of it really quick.
Being Studio, the way it looks in the build I have right now, it's almost was like it stopped me dead in my tracks. It's like, oh my god, this feels like an actual video game. You know what I mean? Like it was really incredible. Like all it was just like new props, some NPCs doing some stuff. It just felt so much more like the verisimilitude of the thing was just amazing. Hello, Lieutenant Havoc.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We're starting off strong here. Oh boy.
Did it already crash?
No, this is my fault. I didn't set my resolution and stuff before we started here, so it's just not having a fun time. We should be good this time though.
Oh, hey, Rainbow.
Howdy, Rainbow. Almost. Why? Oh, man.
Yep. Gianni's still doing the Duke's voice, and he does an awesome job at it.
Yep.
I will say that I think I mentioned this as a report. I do find that the Duke's pain lines sometimes like play over themselves a lot, and he kind of like has too many like the space between one-liners is like really short. And I was going to actually suggest to you, like, is there a way of like checking to see how long it's been since a one-liner before playing another one?
I feel where you're coming from. Definitely,
Yeah.
some of the voice lines in general are a bit much. Especially like another thing I think of is going into like when you pick up weapons. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like like in study, we added that voice line in,
Yep.
and it'll just play the Duke pickup line will play over the other voice line if you do it fast
Uh-huh.
enough.
Uh-huh. Like that German video with Layers of Fear. If anyone is familiar with what I'm talking about. Also, hey, Keyboard Warrior.
Hello.
Okay, let's just try it like this.
There should be a variable Duke 3D. Well,
There it is.
I think because Duke has much more of an active role in DNF, I feel like a toggle to turn off Duke wouldn't really work in DNF. How would you design that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me?
Yep.
You're just fine.
I'm on a bus, so I'm having to.
No worries.
Yeah, no worries.
Real honor meeting you like this,
That
Mr.
might be
Stupid
me next week.
Huge fan of yours.
Stupid thing. I'm having to change up a few things.
So, as you can already see, like a ton of more just random details and things here and there have been added,
Oh, yeah.
just to kind of make this feel a little more lived in.
We've got a full house tonight. We always sell out when Duke is one of the guests.
I was thinking that this situation, like this intro, has a really great opportunity for like an ambient conversation with someone like not talking about Duke, but also talking about Duke and how long it's been and things, and talking about like, oh well, there was a failed attempt to bring him back. The people didn't like it, but now they're trying again. But I feel like that might be too 2022. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But oh my god, I think that would really work in like I think we were talking about like a joke mode or something at one point.
Yeah,
But
we,
if we
we,
did
we
that,
definitely are thinking about that still too. That's
yeah,
gonna be a later on in the line thing for sure. But yeah.
yeah, yeah, a little on
Um,
the nose, Havoc. I agree.
so I'm not gonna actually show you guys the interview just because I
Mhm,
want to kind of save that still. But
for sure.
something that's fun is that the big thing we did to here is that we want to make sure that people are able to not everybody's gonna want to, a lot of Duke Nukem is cutting to the action, right? So what we've done is we've implemented an event system here that lets you kind of crawl all throughout the level and skip the interview altogether and skip those locked doors
Duke has social anxiety. He doesn't want to bother.
and exit that way. Although currently one of the things we're going to be fixing today is that these doors are still locked, so we've got to make it so these doors unlock. But
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of other like little things going on. Like this is another thing, we got to fix this door so it's not a bump move. But
That
should be
Duke
easy.
model, the Duke model looks different.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at him, boy himself.
um,
Yeah, Die Hard lines, Havoc.
um,
Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
just a couple little like fun things here. So like so you can enter it that way. There's also another alternative way to enter the vents. That's a little earlier than that, so you can even skip like Paige's conversation.
Yeah.
And there's also something kind of fun. It reminds me very much Chibarda when they put this in. This reminds me very much of like GoldenEye, where you like look peek
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the
yeah,
toilets. But that's a
yeah.
fun thing too. I really dig that.
For sure. Havoc says, is that the final Duke model? No, it's not. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress.
I offer some suggestions.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, went over an ugly bump. One thing I would suggest, because I saw your guys' what do you call it, update?
Yeah.
Is the buffet level.
Okay.
The amount of items on the actual buffet tray looks to be way too high for a game that would have potentially came out in 2002.
Okay.
That's what
Does
you're
that?
talking about.
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead, Otacon.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
I need to think of that a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
There's a lot of props, yeah. Especially a lot of like player interactable props. I do agree,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Because I grew up at that time, and I also looked at GTA San Andreas for comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see like 6 props at the very most in the environment, and if they did have more, it would usually have been textured onto the actual surface themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the things are
So,
done like that in buffet, where they're kind of textured over themselves. I hear where you're coming from, and while I definitely, making sure that this can run on older hardware is definitely something that's still in the back of our minds. Simply put, it's not 2001. Like we're still trying to make like the textures and meshes and stuff like that feel like they're still of the era, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel you that I definitely don't disagree that there's
It's a
a
density,
lot
the
going
cool
on.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
there's one way I can also suggest to go about that, but in a different way, and it's to use a what do you call it? Do what they did, which had a glass cabinet with one texture with all the stuff inside it. If that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear where you're coming from. A lot of
Like
those,
how they
I
did
will also
the.
say though that a lot of those props is just either stuff we've reactivated from the game or is stuff that was already in the game. So like the 3D models that you can interact with and stuff like that is not something we there we go. We added. No, you can skip that.
So there's evidence that 3D Realms planned for that many props in buffet.
I mean, there's all kind like we've reactivated all kinds of little food items. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
there's like
That's very
slabs of
interesting.
salmon. There's like sausages. Actually, I can show some of that off
Okay.
because I actually have a build that has some of that stuff here.
Cool.
So if we go into meshes, oh, you guys need to. Oh, you guys can see that. Cool.
Yep.
And then, like I said, I don't disagree that there's a lot going on there, but here
And
we
also
go.
keep in mind this is all work in progress. We're still
Yeah.
figuring this out, right?
So we got meshes for plastic utensils and multiple different food pans, which is kind of like how we talked about how they just have like the texture over. It's a flat texture on another texture. Got green
Is
beans.
it
We got like
Mhm.
peach cobbler, maybe.
Oh my god.
Looks like
that because what do you call it? Uh, that kind
mushrooms.
of uh, technique was still used in
It's like stir
games
fry.
up
Yeah.
until the past 2010s, like Wolfenstein New Order.
Right. No, I get you. And like I said, I
Okay.
mean, some of that stuff is still going on here. Like I said, what we're looking at right here is
I
I'd like
just threw
to
that one out there
oh,
due to
that one's not set.
what do you call it?
Ugh,
I have
that one
a
doesn't look like good.
yuck. Real quick, Lino Cyborg was wondering if after the interview the events will close off the player, or if the player can still go back and loot any like items or anything.
Oh, the vents will still be the vents will always be accessible.
Okay, interesting. And then just going through the chat here, President is here. Hello, President.
Howdy, Mr. President.
Uh, EDF troopers, urban. EDF troopers have different camouflages based on their areas. So yeah, there's urban camo, there's desert camo. I think there might be other camouflages. I'm not entirely sure. Rainbow
Yeah.
Gem in Ghost Town. The first door you can kick to open falls like apart into shards. That'd be interesting. The kind of fun gag. Pick up.
Yeah, I see the comment on the pig cop model. Honestly,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, not that you're, not to discredit you, but I think you're
No.
kind of in the minority there. I think a lot of people really dig the pig
I
cop
think
model.
I think the animations could use some work, but the actual model itself is like pretty fantastic. Like it's very detailed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what model are we talking about?
the pig
The
cop.
pig cop.
And yes,
Okay, but yeah, sorry. So we got like a fork here. We got a hamburger here.
I could eat.
Got some hot dogs. Hot dog with ketchup. Hot dog with mustard.
Wow.
Hot dog plain. Kitchen pot. I think this one is made by somebody in our team. Actually, it's too blocky to be made by somebody in our team. I don't think so. They would have made that smooth. Napkins. That looks like it's broken. Pies. So like,
God.
yeah, there's a ton of stuff. Sausage plates. Here's that sausage. Here's salmon. Two
Can the
different
food be
types of
eaten?
sausage.
Yeah. The I don't know if these. Do we know if these foods were meant to be player interactable, or are
Ooh,
they
this
mostly props?
super low res pizza slice.
Oh my God! Look at that. Hell yeah, dude. Oh my God. Piping hot slice of low poly za. Oh my God. Are these like 98 textures, do you think?
They've got to be with how like low poly
Oh
they
my
are, with how
God.
like it's a fucking what is that octagon?
Oh my God. That's fucking rules. Hell yeah.
So I mean, did they mean to have this many objects out at once? Maybe not out at once, but they definitely got creative with
Yeah. They made a lot of props.
Yeah. Oh, the steak's broken too.
I still say the greatest thing about this entire build is the uh, lip sync
Oh, lip sync's
facial movements.
incredible. Especially when you, I think I told this story before, but there's only 3 bones to work with in terms of facial animation.
It goes further than that for how I'm impressed. If you look at the old uh, StarCraft animations, uh, um, they look very rough compared to what 3D Realms was doing.
StarCraft was all pre-rendered, right? That was all like 3D Studio Max offline stuff.
Yeah,
But I get what you're
and it
saying,
still
yeah.
looked very, very rough.
Yeah. Well, like consider like Deus Ex's mouth flaps, you know? Like it's just like they fit the vowels, but like they're mostly just like opening your mouth and closing them really fast. Like that was the extent of lip sync animation at this point in time. Like most games are shipping
Deus
with like
Ex, Deus Ex had 3 facial animations, and it kept swapping it between
yeah,
each 3.
exactly. And like games are still shipping at this point which didn't have facial animations at all. Like Daikatana, like that shipped with like no lip sync or facial animation. It was just static models.
Something I just thought about. So one of our notes is to disable kicking. Right now we have it set basically so you can't actually kill any of the NPCs. We just made them all invulnerable. But you can still kick. So one of the notes was to disable kicking, which I can do. But the thing is that when I go to actually add vents or the covers onto the vents, then you won't be able to kick them out.
Interesting.
So I could make this I think it's called a no weapon zone. It's like what happens in what's it called, Slick Willy. But yeah, I think if I do that, then I'm gonna have to get creative with the vents a little more.
Mm-hmm. Um, Lion O Cyborg asked if all of that food we were looking at, do we know if that was supposed to be like player interactable, or we're like, is that just like a decorative props?
Hmm,
Like, do they have
that's
like
a good
ego boost
question.
assigned to them? Because
Honestly, if they don't, they should.
yeah, because like the food in DNF is like that's how you get your ego back is by having a little snack.
Right. Hmm. I don't think that would be too hard to do. To set it up like that either.
On the other side of the coin, um, this game is so unfinished that uh, all that was still left to be decided. So,
Well, yeah, and we're the ones deciding it now, so.
hey, I ain't complaining.
Yeah, I feel you though. I do. I don't disagree with you either. I think you're right. That it was. See if we make this a neutral zone.
I said it before, I say it again. I'm more excited about this project than I have been pretty much any game in the last 5 years.
Hell yeah.
Looking good, Mr. Newcomb. Here, follow me. I'll guide you.
I hope you make the NPCs more alive. I mean that's something we're working on. These guys are just kind of here because they were just kind of they're just like being placed to like
Yeah.
make things feel more fleshed out. But as far as like in like the casino area,
Real honor meeting.
and in like the Las Vegas Boulevard and where you interact with NPCs more like that, they are
Yeah.
going to have a little more
Real honor meeting you like
life
Mr.
to them.
Newcomb?
Right now, I mean, we have mostly stripped out a lot of the generic voice lines and stuff like that.
When Duke and
Mm-hmm.
was one of the guests.
I mean, we have like for a great example in on the casino floor, we have the guy who like breaks the window and steals the TV, and then like tries to run away, sees the snatchers coming, and runs back to the elevator where Duke is. Like, I think that's a little that's a good sequence that kind of like is a proof of concept for what we are intending to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was also the one where you're just going down the elevator and you see NPCs on fire running around in that
yeah,
flaming part of the hotel,
yeah, for
which
sure.
I actually think is ingenious. I never would have thought of that. You think that?
Octoberbot says that being able to go on a rampage prior to shit hitting the fan is kind of enemy. I'd like to like it in Half-Life 1 where you're allowed to go on a rampage prior to the cascade. Yeah, you're right, but if you kill the scientists, it ends the game.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, you
And
could, but there's almost no point to it. Like,
to do,
I hear what you're saying. And, in
yeah,
fact, in the original leak, all of these, like, pages killable and stuff, and that's
yeah,
an interesting angle, but the vent was supposed to be when we first talked about it, the idea was that like it would allow the player to speed run essentially. You know what I mean? If you've
yep,
played through this multiple times, you're not going to want to sit through the minute and a half interview every time. Now we made sure the interview was kind of shorter just to make sure that it wasn't too much of a drag on the player. But um uh yeah, we want to make sure that if you just want to run through it, you can just quickly zip through the vent and then escape. So
yeah. And also keep
Do
in
you think?
mind that with the way DNF's ecosystem works is that when you kill innocents, you literally lose health. So the game like
Mhm.
strictly like is designed in a way that if you hurt innocents, you will fuck yourself up real bad.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will there be a line of dialogue that addresses Duke not being in the interview? That'd be an interesting idea.
Yes, there is going to be something that happens that still explains why I like the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, this door was unlocked, so I just locked it as well. There we go. Oh, come on, man.
Also, really like that. From the trailer you guys put out, it seems like the buffet is going to turn into an absolute bloodbath of a level.
Yeah, to some degree. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was important to add more life to life to these levels in general. And like for the longest time, if you just play through the original leak, you basically get combat dump in rooftops, and then nothing for a minute, and then a little bit of combat dump at the end of casino, and then nothing again.
Yeah.
And so here now it's like you've got the combat dump comes in rooftops. It kind of continues in study a little bit, but study is still like slowing the pace back down a little bit. For hotel, which is mostly because level 5 study is mostly exposition, and then it's like a little bit of like Duke nostalgia and exposition, and then hotel where the combat just like in study is kind of low. It's at a lull. You know what I mean? There is still some combat, but it's a little slower. And then dark
Mhm.
hotel it begins to ramp again, and then casino it continues to ramp, leading you into the final level of the chapter buffet, which just ends up being kind of like a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Now, finding that balance, that's definitely going to be something like, again, it's a work in progress.
Oh
Because,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, right now, I wonder if the sheer amount of entities in Buffet might be what's causing that crashing. But, like, if you load the level by itself, it's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah. Achievement for taking the vent, and what would it be? Would Duke also lose a small bit of ego as a trade off? I really hope we don't have achievements. I think that's not really like a early 2000s idea. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the team feels about that, but that might be an interesting little thing to think about, like a trait. Like what would the players sacrifice for going that way, or do we even want them to sacrifice anything? Like if it's a speed run tactic, then it should just be a quick getaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so don't know about disabling that. Players can skip the show. That's actually not a bug. That's intended. There's
Mhm.
supposed to be a. I'm just looking through because the bugs reported for level 1 are disable kicking, which we kind of talked about. We'll have to talk about. We'll have to think about that one. As far as the vents go, we could just make movable vents, but I feel like kicking and breaking the vent is a Duke thing. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
players can skip the show by pressing E after sitting down. There's supposed to be a voice line that we haven't gotten finalized, or I think it's finalized, but we just have to set up all of the stuff. And trying to do trigger logic on stream is always kind of boring. So I won't work on that just yet. But basically, if you get up from the conversation, all of a sudden, Jay will play, a voice line, and then Duke just kind of leaves. Vent shortcut does not allow you to skip the show. We just finished that. We just fixed that.
Why not an animated event?
An animated vent. That's actually how they were originally. So these vents were remade. They were a little bigger at one point, and then they had like doors essentially that you could like move and they would open. But we could do something like that. But yeah,
Hide the button in
that's
the
going to be what we do if we do that instead of allowing the player to kick them open.
let's because it wouldn't be a bad idea having the button hidden, say, in Duke's where the player starts, hidden away. That if a first timer plays, they wouldn't know that that's a way to bypass the game,
Yeah, that's fair.
bypass the most lever.
So what we're going to do here is I am going to make an invisible wall that the player can't get past. So right now, if the player hops up on these, there's going to be more props back here. Like we've got a video camera and cameras and stuff like that we have meshes for. We just need to make actors for. And you can currently jump on top of the speakers and then jump outside and get into the crowd, which the crowd, is your traditional fake affair.
Billboarded rights, yeah.
Yeah. So we want to make sure we close this off.
Oh, you replace the weird block of people, huh?
Oh, so the weird block of people is actually still there.
Correct. Oh, it is. Good to know. That's an important feature.
I guess it looks black right now, but if you actually look at it in game, they are still there.
Oh, good. Always important.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if there's a way to like animate them so they rise up as like the applause is happening and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, a nicer crowd in general would be nice. I don't disagree.
You don't want to
look
make it
very
too nice,
stock
though.
image.
Like maybe make like the first couple rows 3D models, then have the rest of them just be billboarded sprites or something. Duke should tell Looter, go ask him for help. Save yourself, bitch. It'll be a reference to JoJo, like Bizarre Adventure.
I would imagine.
I don't know what limitations the engine gives, but yeah, it was in the post. Yeah, I think that's totally doable with the tech we have. It's just a matter of just like the resources we have, right?
What's that?
Just the talking about the idea of like animating the crowd or like having some 3D models in there. Like it's totally doable. It's just a matter of like what resources do we have, because we're still building the team, right? Which, by the way, we are recruiting for. Oh God, I had this for a moment. 3D
That's
art
okay.
modeling, level design, programming, playtesting, and voice acting. If any of you are interested.
It's a little bigger.
So about
If I wasn't
TV
dealing
guy.
with my own, if I wasn't dealing with my own game, I would apply.
No worries. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, about the TV guy. I thought it was funny because around the time that this version of DNF was being developed, the Half-Life 2 get your free TV development was going on, which is kind of funny.
That's it's an interesting little thing. I mean, they all go to GDC, right? They all talk to each other.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2, get your free TV.
It was an
get
early
your free
tech
TVs.
demo. Yeah, to show off, I think, like very early version of Source in like I think it was 2001.
Oh, is that the one where it's got like the breaking crates and all that stuff?
I think so. I don't know if it was ever actually like a version was ever made like public for playable.
Oh.
It was.
Was it in the leak?
It was just a screenshot. It was.
That's all we got.
It was on GameSpot. Yeah.
Yeah. In that really good series that Jeff Keighley used to do.
If that's the case, then we should. Then there should also be a joke about Superfly Johnson as well.
What would the joke be?
I can't leave without my buddy Superfly. Because Half-Life 2 also had that one in there. Well, the beta anyway.
Okay, so we got that. And then we're going to make a invisible collision hull.
Yeah, Jazz just posted the shot in No Mic and the Discord.
Oh, I need to rebuild. That might kill me. It didn't, but I still need to rebuild. Oh, I completely forgot. Did anybody watch the Nintendo the
No, I did
video?
not.
Nope.
That
Neither
was
did
a
I.
Nintendo video?
There was a thing
Yeah,
where they were
about the
supposed
new
to be
movie.
revealing the trailer for the new Mario movie.
Oh,
Did they ever
that
do?
dumpster fire.
You say it's a
I
dumpster
don't.
fire, but they took away Mario's dumper.
There was.
There we go.
Didn't
Oh yeah,
someone
they
leak what
made.
his face looked?
Oh yeah, Mario has some Hank Hill butt.
So got Hank Hill ass.
So now you can't jump out here. As we were talking
Thanks.
before, though, if you look, you still got the old original crowd here.
Yeah.
They're just
It's well hidden, though. It's well hidden.
yeah.
Yeah, someone leaked Mario's face in the new movie.
Sure is
It's
Mario.
horrifying. I do not like him. He looks off.
Are these doors not actually pushed together? Is it stuck?
Yeah, trailer comes out in 2 hours.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. That's what MacGyver the Hero just said in chat.
I feel like these doors aren't actually touching. So this collision hull worked though. That's good. Let's go ahead and just take this. Actually, I can surface properties, textures. I want editor. No, not editor. Save just in case this crashes. Although we've been pretty good so far.
Will the player receive a reward if he does not miss the interview at the first level? What do you mean, like an achievement or something?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just kind of get rewarded with the story.
You get rewarded with the experience.
Exactly.
Loading screens between maps or whatever should play the Duke Nukem 0-hour garbage theme because it's rather short and would be awesome. I think the loadings on maps is like pretty damn fast, so you probably wouldn't even have time for that. And I think that would be up to the music team, and the music team is probably going to be making like all original music, based on my understanding.
Yeah, a lot of it is, yeah.
Yeah.
They are definitely also, remaking some classic tracks, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I was actually curious about that. So the original plan for 3D Realms, we know from interviews at around 2001, was for like a low key score. Is that still kind of the team's focus? Because I do enjoy the music in Dark Hotel in the build that we have that's been shown in video. I feel like it's still a little bit too. It makes itself known too much. Like maybe if it was just a Mixel loader, it would work. But then again, that's what the music volume is for. So I don't know. I was just thinking about that before the stream started.
Yeah, it's what is Collision Hulk? It just made it so it's just something. So I labeled it to show that it's a collision box. Like you can't walk through here.
Yeah.
I hear what I feel. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think it's. like a balance, right? Like we want to do ambient
Totally.
tracks, but then like I don't know, but for those big action sequences, it feels a little weird to not have big action
Of
music,
course,
you
of
know.
course. Yeah. I,
So
I
we
think.
definitely want to still do level
Mm,
building and world building through ambient sounds and more
mhm.
ambient tracks and stuff like that. But I think for big blockbuster moments, you got to have a big blockbuster track.
Oh yeah, totally, totally.
I think that's the best way of putting that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at this. This door. This isn't actually a bug reported, but it needs to be fixed.
We have a dedicated music team. Am I wrong, D?
Oh yeah, we have a dedicated music team.
Yeah. And they what was the thing? It's like we don't have any oversight over them. They're pretty much independent. They just are making really cool tracks.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say I don't care. I guess to
Oh,
kind of
like,
put things into
yeah.
perspective a little bit, um, more or less I handle. Oh, I just realized that this has been disabled. I'll go ahead and enable that. Um, more or less I handle a lot of the day to day and a lot of the like things in general that go on in the project. So, like, I may not be directly overseeing everything, but I definitely still have like a lot of input, and I definitely still communicate with the music team a lot and stuff like that. So, I mean, while I do not, mix the tracks personally, I definitely still have at least decent insight as to what's going on over there.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. But like none of us are saying make this specific track for us. It's like they're making cool tracks based
yeah,
on what they're seeing level wise. And also, I don't think anyone on this team like doesn't care. We all care very deeply. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? We're all here
yeah.
to do what is like, let's be honest here, kind of an impossible task of resurrecting Duke Nukem as a serious video game again. And like a video game that like people like look at and be like, oh, this is actually really good. Like, you know, it's been a hard decade for Duke Nukem, and we're trying to fix that.
Yeah,
Uh, can I give a stupid idea? Maybe for the end battle or so, have a remix of the Forever 2001 theme song, aka the one that made everyone pumped for the game. Just an idea. That might be interesting. Is there a specific overall tone for the music that you want to convey for the game? I think it depends on the chapter. A lot of the chapters have very specific plot beats and tones. Um, I think that's more what we're going for. So it's very like siloed in that way. There's not like a unifying musical aesthetic throughout the work. Other than like, I guess there's probably gonna be a lot of synth work and guitars. That's just a guess on my part.
it's fair.
Are you guys not afraid that Gearbox 2K will shut you down? Gearbox, we're not scared of. 2K, we are very scared of.
2K is violent when it comes to these kind of
Yes,
things.
yes. So far, we're in the clear. I have sources who would know when shit is going on, who would alert me. So far it's been fine. We're keeping our heads down. What about Embracer? I personally think if Embracer or New 3D Realm shut us down, it would be like suicide in the boomer shooter community. Because I think there's a lot of people who are very interested in that community, in what we're doing. I mean, Civi did DNF videos, Icarus did DNF videos. Like everyone was talking about the leak, and if 3D Realms was to come and be like, "Nope, we don't want you doing that." First of all, I don't think they would have a legal right to do that, based on my understanding. So that would be kind of whack if they tried. And second of all, it would just be a really bad look on their part.
Not that there
Yeah.
isn't within their rights to do so. Um, but
Yeah,
but yeah,
for 2K they do have the rights, but 3D Realms wouldn't. And neither,
yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, as far as like being worried about it, I mean, I don't know. Every day, or I shouldn't say every day. This is a project of love. It's a labor of love, and
yeah,
so like
No money is being made.
Yeah, and so like if we were to get struck down, it would just basically be like sad, and like
Yeah.
otherwise, like I don't see what anybody really has to gain from asking us to stop, other than protecting their own intellectual property, which again they're
Which 2K and Gearbox have absolutely the rights to.
yeah. But until something happens, I'm gonna keep on keeping on and keep on trying to make something that's fun and awesome and that people are wanting to play. You know,
Hell yeah.
that's my goal.
Hell yeah.
I shouldn't
Map.
say that's our goal. That's not just my goal.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
but yeah,
We are unified in that.
yeah.
Map prop related question: how painful does it tend to be to place the props just right? Example: cigarettes and ashtray.
So yeah, it can be a pain. Yeah, I mean, basically, so everything can collide with itself, and then sometimes that's like the biggest pain. Like right now, it has to be fixed still. Also, nobody
Right.
bug reported it. Jay doesn't have a chair, and you can actually walk through Jay right now
Oh,
because I was
really?
having
Yeah,
so
you can.
many bloody issues with getting him to sit properly
Oh
behind
my
this
god.
desk. Like, so this desk also, fun fact, if we look at it in the editor here, is a non-solid object with
Yeah, you
actor
can walk
collision,
through it.
Wow.
or it's a non-solid object with player collision. So what kept happening is that every time I placed Jay to try to look like he was sitting, he was standing on top of, he was like crouched on top of his desk. And no matter how much of tweaking of everything, it could not get it to work. So obviously there's a way to do it. The way that it worked in the leak and the reason it worked in the leak is because Jay wasn't an NPC. What they did is, if we look at Andy here, Andy's just a decoration. I know you can't see the properties window, but Andy's just a decoration. He's not actually an NPC. This is, for all intent and purpose, no different than this mug. It just has the mesh of a person. So that's the way Jay was done before too, and because of that, it allowed it all to kind of work better together. So yeah. How easy is it to place all this stuff? Sometimes it's a breeze. Other times it's a challenge.
Almost like it's game development.
Going back
Almost.
to the multiple objects, though, if I could, please.
Sure, go ahead.
Sure.
It's not the fact that it's what do you call it? The fact that we can't anymore. It's the fact of I just found, for me anyway, it kind of breaks the immersion of an early 2000s game because they needed to have constraint.
Well, if you think about your examples, San Andreas, like San Andreas was an open world game, so they had a pretty limited budget on the PS2 to like focus on what they could. So, like DNF is a PC game, like capital PC. It was designed for cutting edge, video cards and CPUs and lots of memory. I think the amount of props that are in Buffet is not like, again, in my opinion, not to like talk down to what you're saying. Hope that's not coming across that way. It's totally, you can totally do that in like certain era of gaming, in this specific era in this early 2000s. Like you sometimes saw that in first person shooters, but like I think the density of things is a little like off, and we're working on it.
Yeah.
It's all work in progress.
That's what I was more in reference to. Is not the number of items, but rather the density, and the polygon count is rather high, even for a PC game from back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, just in the leak, it's weirdly high quality. I was pretty surprised about that.
Yeah, I think 3D Realms
I
was
can
proud of that.
I can actually verify that as a fun thing. I did a polygon count for a lot of the objects. Some of them were expectedly low, but some of them just got crazy. Just
Yeah.
how many polygons they dumped into, like the barrel, for instance, in the roof map. 32 polygons for one barrel is a lot.
Havoc, do you mean like the 2003 rifle or something? With the more futuristic assault rifle?
I think
Because
currently,
2003 had a
yeah,
weird rifle.
it had like a weird pulse rifle. Um,
Mhm.
So, President just says, keep in mind too, 3D Realms wanted to stress 2000 era PCs, and this was meant to run well on upcoming hardware. They wanted to push the boundaries. So, like, there's an idea that this could have been like, crisis level like system pushing, and like because of like all the things it's simulating and the high poly count, things like that. Um, so yeah, I just think the density is a little weird, but like the actual props themselves, not really like yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say really.
It
Can it
is
run Duke Nukem Forever?
extremely impressive for something from 2001.
Hmm.
I'm just saying the prop density is a little bit crazy, even for pushing boundaries type deal, you know?
Revisited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can it
Everything
run Duke Nukem?
exactly. Everything that you see in all these streams and all the videos is still a work in progress. I mean, we're still working on chapter one. Obviously people are working on other chapters, but a lot of work is put on chapter one, and yeah, nothing is finalized at this point. Everything is subject to change.
Dude, why can't I find this? Whatever. I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. I'm gonna go back to making
Uh,
this.
so, regarding what you asked Havoc about the assault rifle, the plan is for the M16 to be the main assault rifle, and there's been talk of making the Ripper a like light machine gun later on in the game. Like not to replace the M16, but like to maybe to
Act as a heavy
Compliment it.
weapon.
yeah, like better crowd control situations, things like that. Rondi, the Duke model is still a work in progress. We're still working on it.
I absolutely love your guys' idea for the fish in the uh, water tunnel in the bear uh, in the buffet level.
Yeah, the shark tunnel.
Yeah, the shark tubes.
It's pretty cool, yeah. When I first played the Leak, it was a little like hard to wrap my head around. I thought it was just a glass window, but I was like, oh, I can swim through that. Wow.
Mhm.
That,
Uh,
that that made it even more special for me. Going, holy crap! I can do this.
Yeah.
yep.
Honestly, to kind of echo what Mr. President's saying right now, to be honest, if we have to, I would be more than happy to even like if we have to have an XP mode where you can set the graphic settings to XP mode, that way it doesn't chew. Okay, I'm just remaking this entire thing. I can't believe he didn't actually match all this stuff up to the walls. What is he doing? Um,
Also, like this is way because like you optimize your assets towards like the end of like development when you're hitting like like when you're testing on hardware. At this point, I don't think they were testing for different hardware configurations. They were just focusing on their development hardware and like hoping that the mainstream PC would match it by the time the game came out.
right.
I feel like a
Uh,
2003 PC could run the Leak pretty well.
yeah, totally.
That's like the time frame they were going for.
Yeah, it would have looked great in 2003. It would have stood up really nicely next to things like No One Lives Forever 2 or Far Cry, things like that. Oh wait, Far Cry 04. What am I talking about? My bad.
Yeah.
Uh, MacGyver says a lot of the textures for the creatures, human, etc. remind me a lot of photogrammetry. Is a similar approach being still used with new character creature models? I think like there's a lot of interest in photo sourcing things. Not so much photogrammetry, that's a different concept, but like photo sourcing stuff is definitely like a way to keep the aesthetic coherent because they use a lot of photo sourcing in DNF. Just like how they used it in Half-Life 2, which made that game, at least in my eyes, look beautiful for, multiple decades. It still looks great in my eyes.
Yeah.
I
Someone
forget,
put it the best for me. DNF is about photorealism, but with the confines of an early 2000s PC.
yeah. Charlie Wiederhold told me that's about approximating photorealism, but not actually achieving it on purpose. Like you want to simulate a realistic environment, but you don't want to have it like to the point where it's impacting the gameplay. If that makes sense.
Okay, don't know why that was there. Gonna get rid of that too.
I forget, but didn't Tyler McVicker run the leak on older hardware? I don't really watch Tyler, but yeah, I know that LGR did. I think there's some other people that
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah. Okay.
LGR ran it on older hardware.
Yeah.
He did the flashback level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm really hoping that when the demo comes out, Digital Foundry does a video on DNF 2001. That'd be really cool.
Isn't Frame Raider making a video series about
Yes.
all of DNF development history?
Yes. Shout out to Frame Raider. The two videos that they put out for DNF are really, really interesting. And they've even
Yeah, I watched the first one.
yeah, they've even like taught me, someone who has been researching this cursed game for so long, like new things. Like me and Otacon were talking a few streams ago about how like FrameRaider like showcased the fact that there was no AI in '98. Like the ants just stood there and like idle animated.
Yeah, they waved at
Yeah.
Duke as he shot him in the head. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
And also be happy to say that
he-
Frame Raider is doing some voiceover stuff for our.
No
our
kidding. That's awesome.
really? That's awesome.
Hell yeah. I'd love to get Matt McMuscles involved in this. I think he would do a great job voicing someone.
What is going on?
Uh
There's something right here that isn't here.
oh.
You see this? I can't go that way.
Oh, that's
And-
weird.
Like
That is weird.
Huh.
there's something right here.
It's like the collision mesh is still there. The prop is gone.
Yeah.
Interesting. Havoc said, I always thought the Duke works best if things are stylized a bit like an action comic book. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is an 80s action movie. This is a comic book. Like, it's not trying to approximate the same level as Deus Ex, but it's kind of trying to rub against it while also being its own thing. Like, that's kind of the way the team's looking at it.
Duke Nukem 3D was about having a level look like a real life event while still playing like a good level.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, you can trace a direct line from Duke 3D, like showcasing everyone, like, hey, you can do realistic locations in a first-person shooter environment and with first-person shooter context. You can trace a line from that to Call of Duty. I mean, and like, for fuck's sakes, like Modern Warfare 2, Charlie Wiederhold worked on that, so the connection is even more direct.
There's no way that's the same size as that. Almost.
A friend of mine is trying to get me to read Berserk. I should read Berserk.
It's pretty cool. I've read
Yeah.
like the first, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Yeah. It's
There is some messed up stuff in that.
that's what
manga.
I'm hearing. Yeah.
I was mostly interested in it because I was told it was what inspired a lot of
Dark
like,
Souls and all
Dark
that.
Souls and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Doom Eternal too, with like the sword. That's pretty clearly, Guts' sword.
Oops, I just like turned off my monitor or something with my coffee.
Oh no.
There we go.
He was not a warrior, he was a human blender. But trust me, some of the arcs, you're going to need a strong stomach full.
Definitely seeing some shots, and yeah, it looks pretty intense.
I'm in reference to the Lost Children arc.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it may just end up being easier to make this a normal mover instead of a door mover. I don't know why it's not. Let's see if it worked properly this time, but last time it didn't set the pivot point properly. Oh, that probably needs to come down.
Will there be puzzles that need to be solved with weapons? I'm just going to say yes. It's interesting because like there were interviews back in 2001 about how they wanted to kind of like look at adventure game style puzzles. I think also in '98. Um, so I think there's going to be an equal mix of puzzles that will be solved with weaponry and puzzles that will be solved with items.
Give me just a second here, and then I'll get.
Yeah, there's always the combat puzzle. That's the most important puzzle of all.
You spend 90% of the game holding the left button, mouse button down. So
Oh God. I personally, I hope not. I hope that there's by the end of the game that I felt like, you know what, I've done more verbs than just shoot gun, but that's just a me thing. I want to say based on what I played so far, that is probably accurate. That there's actually a lot more to it than just shooting people, and actually, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the fact that um, there's all kinds of little things that the game does to break things up.
Like vehicle sections.
Yeah, vehicle sections, or even just like the fuse box puzzle in Dark Hotel.
Mm.
I would do a battle with a giant boss needs to be reduced to deal damage. Yeah, there's gonna be boss battles. That's definitely in the plans. In fact, we released concept art of a planned boss in the newest update.
Yep, and the update before that had a couple different of the proton phases as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm about to do something really fun, folks. Sorry about this. Basically, I need to figure out where the heck this. Because my guess is going to be a decoration of some sort that is placed but not working properly. So I just want to.
Oh, Serious CRM2 renovation just got an update an hour ago.
Nice.
Inventory spot. Oh, this must be money. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I said this at the beginning of the stream, but what I played so far with the tweaks and additions the restoration project has made, it really makes the game feel real. You know, like, it makes it feel more like than just what it was as a leak. Which, you know, to be fair, was still a very impressive game, but the pieces are in place, and it really feels like wow. You know, it's cool as hell.
Oh, what about the Harrison Ford level? That's a weird thing.
Harrison Ford.
All of
It's really cool, honestly. We
yeah, it is, but it's weird though as well.
How so?
It's just, I don't know, it's weird to kind of combine 4 levels into one, or however many levels they tried to combine into one level. It
Yeah,
was just an odd choice to make.
I don't
it
know.
would be cool.
I think
Sorry.
it's pretty. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it's pretty groovy personally.
Oh yeah, it's super cool.
It's something that we've actually had a number of conversations about internally as well. Because ultimately, that kind of thing, if we can pull it off, would be really cool. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
yeah, I don't know, just the idea of being able to do something like that, and the other cool thing too is that being able to look at it and like it shows you how they planned the different beats to go. And so actually one of our level designers, Folsey, he's currently working on he's working on Penthouse A, Penthouse B, and some of Buffet as well. And he has been working really hard on Penthouse A and B, and that's one of the big things about Penthouse A and B. He's trying to rework is that like we realize that technically like study is right behind like right over here, and like this door should lead to there but can't lead you to there and stuff like that. So we've been trying to yeah kind of
yeah.
flesh that out more. Like I said,
It,
we've talked a
it's
number of times about combining all that stuff. Are we going to end up combining all this stuff? I don't think so, but
yeah,
we
yeah,
might end up doing it to some stuff.
yeah. It'd be really cool to have more stuff happen before loading screens. Like have that journey feel even more seamless. I mean, obviously we're
Yeah,
probably not going to get to like what is the big thing now is like the one unbroken shot gameplay, which is trickery, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. They hide the
yeah,
loads between cutscenes and shit.
yep.
Um,
Yeah.
but um, but yeah, it would be really cool to expand like the maps and connect them in ways without loading screens. That'd be really cool. But yeah, it's definitely on the docket for discussion for sure.
I don't like that the new Duke logo is an ordinary nuke sign. New owners need to at least draw a crown on the sign. Yeah, that's what people are used to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
By new owners, do you mean like us or?
Yeah, I don't consider myself an owner. I just consider myself
No, no, no.
a shepherd.
A connoisseur.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this one. Duke lines repeating automatically when walking past the mirror. I think I know
Yeah.
why this happens. But to make it easy, so one of the fun things about level design, folks, is that you always work smarter. So I know that there is a mirror that looks just like this in another level. Pretty sure it's this one here. And so
Oh, so
I can
the
just
sound are the sounds attached to the prop?
the sounds are attached to a trigger,
Ah,
but
okay.
yeah, they're attached to a mover.
Interesting.
Hang on, I think it's right here.
And yeah, Gearbox owns Duke. Like full stop.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Except for past games which 2K owns them.
let's see what's going on here. Oh, I think this is something different.
I'm in another server that has the actor icon from in Reels and emoji, and it's so good. Shout out to the Vats if anyone's from there is watching.
Let's go ahead and go back into 2D mode. fit this into place. I think the only thing is that this might have broken glass, so I might have to fix that. But otherwise, in theory, just moving that from one place to the other, because we already know that it works properly here.
Duke's looking good.
And it does.
On the set. Are you in there?
I thought I'd change that so it's
Damn,
an actual mirror.
I'm looking,
Nukem.
where the fuck are my pupils?
That's not supposed to be a voice line that still plays, but it's fun that it did.
Use the triple X pics as an icon that came to the leak. Lamau jokes.
Let's see here. So I'm looking for penthouse.
Yeah, no, we don't really want anything to do with the porn pictures in the leak.
No,
Not at all.
they're already gone.
Yeah.
Yucca pucka.
Duke's looking
What?
good.
Is Duke looking good? I don't think he is. What's going on?
I'm
here?
looking crungled. I'm a scrungy boy. I think they were just put in there because they're horny razor. I think it's just the simplest answer. They
Yeah,
were
probably
90s game developers who were all dudes, and
Mhm.
they had fucked up ideas of women.
Have you seen the bombshell Christmas card? It's
Uh-huh.
not fun. It's not fun.
You're needed on the set.
Ruining the
Yeah.
integrity of the game by removing those nudes. You don't understand, Abomination.
There's a type of guy who's out there who's like writing that fucking post right now.
Oh, believe me, I've had a couple conversations
Oh.
with him.
Oh yeah,
think
I was there
have
too.
Type of guy. Welcome
Why does
back,
this
Rainbow.
look
He was,
fucked up?
He was upset that they were removing the school shooting line.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We're not removing the school shooting line. We're just recontextualizing it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
He was upset about that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think over time people will just understand that we have a different idea of what Duke is compared to other people's version of Duke, and that's fine. That's cool. I myself really enjoy our version of Duke.
I do too.
Yeah. But we don't have an intention of like eradicating other versions of Duke that people might like, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah. And
it's
I
just our
mean,
version.
hey, as soon as I can, I'm going to be releasing the tools so you can do it yourself. So
Hell yeah.
add all the misogyny and creepy shit you want to Duke. I don't.
Yep. Just make Duke a total fucking dirtbag. You can do it.
You can do it.
The cops can't stop you. I feel like they recorded the school line in the 98 build. If they did, I would hate that build even more. Or I hate that line even more because what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that would just be gross if true.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, because Columbine was 99, wasn't it? So if they did it in 98, it probably would have been more innocent. It was... God, 31 in my memory is just absolute garbage.
Yeah, but they kept it for so long, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
hey.
some point. What? Did you figure it out?
No, Terabun.
Oh, hey, Terry Bunny.
Yeah. I just recognized the voice.
Yes, it is me.
Interrupting. I'm sorry, I'm getting to your message a little, like almost 45 minutes later, October here.
Yeah, it was definitely they were seeking some news headlines there, October. You're absolutely right. God, I'm now imagining a world where this came out in the era of Jack Thompson. Holy shit, that would have been a fucking nightmare. Oh my god. I feel like that altered timeline just punched me in the gut.
Excuse me.
People are buying this game and literally having sex with strippers in real life.
Will that do what I want it to do?
Mr. Newcomb, you're needed on the set.
Nope.
Are you in there?
Stopped it from triggering it always.
Mr.
But
Newcomb, we need to hurry. Mr. Newcomb, you're gonna be on soon.
You know, that Duke model is really coming together.
yeah,
I
dig
quite like it.
Yeah. I feel like the only complaint I have is just the mouth still looks a little weird, and I know that'll be fixed.
Yep. Honestly, y'all talking about the mouth, but ain't even mentioning the fingers. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
everybody keeps talking about that mouth, but those fingers, boy. I'm hoping
What those
I'm
fingers
hoping
do.
mount points. Yeah, I'm hoping mount points fix that.
Liquid is I liquid.
What about me?
Oh no, I'm just saying hi.
Oh, howdy.
Hello. Oh, we got two liquids here.
Okay. So, working smarter, not harder in this instance didn't work, which is rule 2. Sometimes you gotta dig into it a little more. So, what we're gonna do though is, just copy pasting this over made it work in the same manner, which is great. I just don't want the broken mirror.
Yeah.
So it has to deal with. Let me find it again here. Here we go.
I remember when Duke 3D came out, all the bad things that were said by press, just like when Soldier of Fortune came out. Yeah, that late 90s, like that 98 to 99 era of shooter that wasn't like Half-Life and Sin, where like, you know, your Kingpin and Soldier of Fortune, like those are like the only games as a kid my parents were just like, absolutely not. Like Soldier of Fortune, no. Kingpin, absolutely not. Every other game was totally fine.
See, I didn't even hear about Kingpin until like recently. I'm not
I'm
familiar
not
with
bad
that
for
one
ages.
You should play Kingpin, dude. It's really cool and like kind of fucked up in like a weird way, but it has Victor Anatov art design, who was the art design for Half-Life 2.
at
So
all.
like it's this weird mix of steampunk, like 80s New York, sci-fi, 1930s Chicago. Like it has such a weird feel to it. I'm way into.
It's also
And
hilariously edgy.
oh, it's so edgy. I
Oh,
posted before in the server. A friend of mine, Jazz Nickel,
dude, the
owns a Queen.
multiplayer was called Gangbang. Alrighty,
Yep, yep. I mean, to be fair,
boy.
Shadow Warrior is called Wang Bang, so you know.
Like
Um,
father, like son.
yeah, exactly. So my friend Jazz Nickel, also known as Queen Jazz, made an EP entirely out of like beats she made and Kingpin vocal lines, and it's so fucking good because the vocal lines in that game are like cartoonishly aggressive every single line.
There's a F bomb every 5 seconds.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It tries so hard to be like, this serious, gritty thing. but everybody's dropping fucking like they're just dropping swears left and right. It barely has any meaning by the end.
Yeah, it reminds me of how Two Live Crew raps about sex, where it's like they rap about sex from like the perspective of like a 13-year-old doesn't know what sex is. So they're just like describing just the most bizarre and funny acts, and then Kingpin is just like it's like that with like swearing. So they're like, "Oh my god, we can do this. We can have the fuck word in our game," and they just went so crazy with it.
It also helps that this is still on the Quake 2 engine, so everybody still has just like static faces with no moving mouth at all. So you're just hearing like these big boisterous like kind of quotes and shit, and all the while it's still just some guy in the Quake 2 engine.
Yep.
Just like
I'm gonna bury those two motherfuckers.
yeah. And he still has this stupid Quake 2 era face with like the wobbly bits everywhere because no one can get the vertices down.
Okay, interesting. This mirror is now causing my game to crash every time I come into this room.
That's fun.
This wasn't happening.
How much fun?
Why? Like, what's going on?
I'm just gonna blame the Unreal
mirror
Engine
hates you.
monster. Yeah, that too.
Fine, okay, cool. Ha ha ha. Glass. Alright, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Game crash.
Wow.
The second it goes into frame. What the hell?
Huh.
Maybe that mirror. Maybe you need to make a new mirror.
Maybe, yeah.
Straight up, just like remake it.
That mirror has some issues.
Well, I was really trying to extract the information so I could figure out exactly how it worked. Because hey, full stop. I don't know everything, and this is one of those things where I have to figure out and learn exactly what it is. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the door that leads into study.
Cool.
Like in location based, like this door lines up with the door that's in the study.
That's so cool. I love that. I love continuous, or is that the right word? Like a continual progression where you can look back and see, like, oh, I came from there. October says, it's funny to think Zatrix nowadays is Treyarch. They're always very ambitious. Yeah, Zatrix folded into Treyarch, I think in like 05. And yeah, it's weird to think about that.
Zatrix had a lot of ambition behind it. They wanted to do all kinds of absolutely fucking crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, remember that that Quake 3 engine game they're working on, like the comic book RPG?
Yeah.
The Shatter Effect, where it's like it was played at E3 once and then they canceled it like the next month.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 It sounds like it was something for shareholders.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the screenshot looked really interesting. Like, there's a really cool concept, but then
But I mean, just announcing at E3 only to close. It sounds like that was them being pushed by somebody else or something. Goofy.
Probably. Yep.
The worst thing is it has that like early 2000s aesthetic to it that looked like it was just before Half-Life 2, but a little whiles after, say, I don't know, Deus Ex. Or it just had like this pseudo-futuristic look to it.
Yep.
That looked just absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, it looked really sick. And then, yeah, it just fucking died.
It just perished. No one knows why.
Yeah. You go with a bang, not with a whimper. Unfortunately, they're in the Call of Duty mine, so they'll never be able to go out with a bang. They'll not get that dignity.
Yep.
Okay, so I think I am going to move on for now.
Okay.
And I'm going to move to study. That's the next one of the maps that I work on regularly that I have feedback for. And there's quite a bit of feedback we have for study, which is nice. We've got a couple bug reports and then also a couple just like enemy placement and feedback as far as that goes too.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to October for really making some detailed reports for playtesting.
Oh yeah, definitely appreciated it. Definitely appreciate that. Oh, I haven't seen this before. Oh, full stop. I have no idea. I know what a dispatcher is, but I have no idea what an in-patcher is. I've never even heard of that.
You should have seen the personal notes. I mean, I got a lot to learn from you in terms of writing good bug reports, man. I'm in awe.
Oh yeah, dude, you seriously like really helped out with a lot of that. It's really good. It's really good feedback,
President
and it's
says,
stuff
send me a
that we've
screen.
already been talking about a lot internally too.
Yeah. President just said, send me a screen cap of the mirror properties. Wonder if the UC is missing something or is affected by a recent change.
I will try to do that after the stream, bud. Sorry, I already moved to something else. I
Brain
appreciate it
Hog wants
though.
to work on that. In patchers can have multiple tags. What does that mean? Is that to call one event?
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So it's the same thing as a dispatcher, but it can be referenced by multiple different things. Okay, that's interesting.
Huh.
I mean, dispatchers can already be referenced by multiple different things too. It's absolutely useless. Yeah, it sounds kind of like it. Because you can just have the whatever the trigger is call the name of the dispatcher. You don't need to have a unique tag. That's interesting. The ability to have you name an event 16 times. Interesting, but okay. So door mover, I actually. So when the player bumps into them, they stop. There should be a way to prevent them from getting messed up when they're touched.
Also, I reported the fact that like the pickup window on some of the items is like a little narrow and small.
Yeah, it's the M16 in particular.
Yeah, that was a real fucker to pick up. Like I could pick up the Eagle and the ammo just fine, but like the M16 felt like I was playing a point and click adventure game.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's because it was a real fucker to set up. Every time, like when I was first trying to get this secret set up, for some reason, like it would like the M16 specifically. The M16 specifically was stopping the doors from opening properly and stuff.
Oh wow.
And it had to do with just collision.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be right back. Learn the wrong lessons from those prequels. Like it's better in some prequels. Like there's actually been some really good ones, but overall, yeah, there's a problem of like how do you make the two mesh entirely in terms of like aesthetics and like story and things, and that's a really hard ask, you know. And it's much better to do a successor story because then you can pile on all the new tech and new shit because then it's the time moving forward. But yeah, it's a thankless task for sure.
Yeah. And then there's sometimes issues where sometimes even when you're supposedly in the future, not much has changed at all.
Mhm.
For example, the sequel trilogy with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because you notice how in the sequel trilogy, like, shit just somehow seems weaker than
Yep.
previously.
Yep.
Just, for example, the New Order. Supposedly, these guys are supposed to be the big badass new group that's supposed to be like the resurrection of the Empire and shit.
Yeah.
But like, you don't see that truly. At best, it looks like they're just like a bunch of backwater dudes that just happen to have some super weapons.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's one of the reasons I like The Last Jedi, actually, of all three, because like it tries to explore the idea of like, oh, there's like weapons dealers selling to the New Order, like, and to the Resistance, and like the way they try to portray like the world is much more like morally gray and shit like that. Yeah, I think The Last Jedi attempts to fix that, but then like Rise of Skywalker and what's the subtitle of the other one?
I think it was. I
Force
can't
Awakens.
remember. Yeah, the Force Awakens.
Yeah, it absolutely suffers from that problem of just like like the Order just being like weird fanboys of the Empire, and somehow they just achieve everything. It
just kind of like comes off to me like, wouldn't people realize by now that an organization that is very clearly basing itself off the galactic dictatorship that lasted for God knows how long, and they aren't immediately like stomped down at any cost?
Yeah,
it just shows just how poorly thought out they were.
I mean, look at our current world, man.
Yeah, I know that, but
yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Liquid, did you show back up? Is this you playing?
Yep, I sure am here. Yep.
Okay, all right.
I was just letting you guys finish your conversation.
Yeah.
So I figured I would just go ahead and do a run through of study as it is right now, and then I think one of the bugs that you reported I already fixed, which was that rope bug. I don't know how we're gonna fix that one, mate. That one's more than a level design thing, I think, because it's just something with the way the ropes work. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, just to showcase what Abomination's talking about here, if I crawl all the way to the top,
Is Duke Nukem Forever 2011
No,
still considered canon?
like in this game, no.
Okay.
Okay, so it's specifically that's nifty. It is specifically this rope.
Yeah, like touching this rope deactivates the other ones. It's bizarre.
And now we're into the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to answer your question, keyboard. Yeah, we're not taking anything from 2011. That's may as well not exist in our eyes.
It's verboten.
Yeah.
I have old code of the ropes. Hoping a fix might be there.
Then October says you can potentially reproduce the rope issue both with the ladder rope for the secret and in Z1L17, the elevator rope specifically. The ropes are very cool. It's just that they're being rather persnickety at the moment.
So let's
I'm very curious how they work engine-wise. Like, are they also like a mover?
Nope, they're their own thing. They are a DN bone rope.
Oh shit! Okay, interesting.
Yep, they are their own actor or their own script.
Wow.
So what I'm going to try to do to see if I can solve the problem this way, I'm going to slightly take these ropes and I'm going to just pull it away from the ceiling like a block or two. I don't think it'll be enough for the player to perceive, and it might fix the problem.
Okay.
Because it wasn't happening on these other ropes, but it was happening on this one. Right? Like... Somehow I forgot you were there. Somehow I
step right up and get some.
Was there.
These ropes are actually in another UE1 game. Which game? Because as far as Liquid said, these are like very customized assets for this game.
Oh, I don't know if I should say I was just trying to say that they were their own custom script and engine as far as like the game was concerned. I don't know if they could be an Unreal thing.
Okay. Yeah, Thief is a Dark Engine, not Unreal.
Rune. Oh yeah, Rune.
Hey, there we go.
Oh man, I never actually played Rune.
Fixed it.
You should. It's seriously fucking rad.
Yeah, I have a friend who worked on Rune.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Level design. He worked at Human Head for a while.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was wrong. That that totally can be fixed, and it is. So there we go. All right.
Oh yeah, bug solved.
Progress, everybody.
Love to see it.
So the other one that you mentioned was the player approaching the emergency glass. So that is this way here. I think I already fixed this one.
Perfect for home defense.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Groovy.
So
I'm not 100% comfortable with us saying his name on here.
The rope reminds Barnacles from Half-Life. I wouldn't exactly
see it.
say they remind me of Barnacles.
Yes, he worked in the original Rune.
October said I have to make a bug report on Dark Hotel. I don't think there's a rope in Dark Hotel, unless you mean like.
Elevator
Oh wait,
ropes.
the elevator ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cables.
Yeah. Honestly,
He
it's
is
probably the
American,
same
but
issue. It's probably that they're butted up right up against each other.
interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, the generic material footsteps. This has been one that has been placed for a minute. I guess I understand a little more about that now. So it's when like this texture meets with another texture, it seems. So I'm going to have to check all of these textures and the one underneath it here, this one here, to make sure that all of these don't have the water sound effect.
Oh wow.
So let's see. This is where? Penthouse, Duke Cave, Great Light. Penthouse, Duke Cave. Okay. Whoop. Cool. I was not trying to do that. That's fine. That's fine. This is fine. Just go back in here, fix this rope again. Actually, interestingly, these ones all butt up just above the. Huh.
Thank you, Pavo. Hello to Spain.
Howdy, friend. Okay, rebuild that.
So, how you doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're just at this moment. Otacon is looking at all the reports that were filed and kind of going through them one by one.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
we're fixing stuff and also possibly breaking stuff more and, game development.
Yeah, breaking stuff to fix stuff. Gotta break some eggs if you want omelette. Right?
Oh yeah, for
Right.
sure, for sure.
Huh. I was pretty sure that this is what set the sounds the textures make, but it must not be.
Yeah. Otacon, real quick, do I
Yeah.
have the ability to assign dev roles to a member in the Discord server?
You should.
Okay.
Was there a dev member that doesn't have the right roles?
Just
Yeah, I
helping
don't
me out
have
right
any
now.
roles.
Don't
Oh,
worry
I'm
about
sorry,
it.
Tara.
I
It's all
got you.
good.
I got you. Okay, so we want.
I really thought that this was the menu that I set the sound for things in. So honestly, a lot of this is probably going to be redone anyways, or not necessarily redone, but moved. So with the changes that are coming to Penthouse, I have to like take all this and shift it down so that it lines up properly with something else that some other changes that we've been making to another map. I also wanted to change this from being this beer glass to an actual beer mug instead of just this like weird martini glass, which has a weird clipping issue if you look.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to get rid of it anyways. I do need to make sure it gets mounted back to
One thing
table.
I would like someone, maybe a cool mod or something, but to make all like the alcohol stuff like just drinkable, like give you like a little small ego boost, like almost like a 1% boost, like a Doom health bonus.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
What the heck? Okay, it is in C. Here we go. You gotta be kidding me, man.
No. Oh, question.
Yeah.
When Duke goes down the rope at the end of study, is there supposed to be like a irising effect with the Duke Nukem logo?
Yes.
Okay. I don't
Yep.
think that plays currently.
No, it does not. It has been
Okay.
bugged since the leak.
Oh no. Okay.
I have like it was bugged in the leak. It's kind of there in the leak, but yeah. Basically, it's supposed to show a spinning Duke symbol, and then it says "Stay tuned."
Okay.
It's supposed to be like a little like Batman reference,
Yep. Yep.
but
Great cute one.
it does not currently work. That is something I've been messing with and kind of hitting the wall. Another one of our level designers, I passed along my version of the map that's specifically just to try to get that to work. So he's going to take a look at it now too. Hopefully we're able to figure something out between the two of us. I've got kind of a better idea looking at some of the other levels on how they have similar effects, working. But yeah, still just haven't quite ironed it.
Ah, shoot, got bounce.
Will Duke's model be completed in the demo? That was asked a little while ago, I guess. Oh, that was in Restoration Project.
So, Otacon,
Sometimes I get distracted, I'm sorry. Yeah, what's up?
well, this project killed some of your hardware and some of mine. I think I don't know, maybe there's a curse or something today. USB stick died for no reason. First it was a hard drive, and then it was a USB stick, and in your case it was a CPU. I don't know what's up
I had
with
two
that.
computers, yeah.
Two computers, yeah. There's a curse on it.
Somebody else was having issues with something else recently too. Man, this has got some weird kind of issues too for some reason.
Oh, that's a similar issue to what I was having during the interview. The mesh of the coffee mug was like freaking out in front of me, but I couldn't get it to reproduce. I didn't plug it right.
This should be indestructible.
I mean, yesterday it was working fine. It was a 60 gigabyte USB stick. And today
I need to fix the mounting on the cigar.
I opened it and it was all, I don't know, jumbled. I think one of the partitions just killed itself.
I mean, flash drives are always finicky anyway, since it's flash memory.
Yeah,
True.
I'm glad there was nothing really important on it. It was just my portable backup.
Yeah, I feel you.
And yeah, but it's annoying since it wasn't cheap and yeah. It should last longer. But really they never do. I don't know. Flash drives really just die after some time.
I'm sorry for my intrusion. No, never apologize. This is an open forum. You can chat with us here. You can chat with us on Discord. You're fine. But wouldn't a bottle of bourbon be better? Yeah, that's a good point. I know I
Yeah,
got something like
yeah.
that.
Bottle of Jack.
Let's see here. I don't know what it's called in my little menu over here, but
Yes, we'd probably appreciate that.
Did that ever happen to one of you? I mean,
or like a flash drive just randomly shits
yeah,
out. Oh,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
I've had that happen to me a lot.
Yeah, flash memory is really fickle, man.
Mhm.
It's always good to, if you're like using something for backups and stuff like that, to just do yourself the favor and get an actual external drive.
The Western Digital My Book series are pretty rugged, I find. Super expensive
used to,
cognac. No,
I used to cloud mainly.
Duke. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm using cloud stuff mainly, like
Yeah,
Google Drive or something.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably a good idea. I don't know about y'all, but I think Duke would like, even though he's like super rich, he would totally like go down to like the shitty convenience store on Las Vegas Boulevard and buy like a bottle of whiskey for like $10.
Yeah, you're telling me that Duke could be the kind of guy who just goes down and gets the really big plastic bottle of vodka.
Yep, he gets like the Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah.
instead of just some champagne that's like $3,000 or something. Get
Yeah,
cheap stuff.
he'd have like the bottle of Cristal next to like the bottle of like Thunderbird. It's like when he wants to feel real.
I fought in Vietnam. I don't need that shit.
I smoked weed out of a shotgun.
I went surfing with Kilgore.
Those alien bastards don't surf.
Bottle 3.
I think the only thing that killed my my old external drive was I had people coming into my bedroom to like renovate, like I think it was like a wall or something, and one of the guys tripped over the wire that was like honestly pretty carelessly laying across my floor and knocked my external hard drive to the floor, and it was just dead after that. So as long as
Yeah.
you don't like throw hard drives on the floor, external drives are pretty rugged.
Guys can survive if they are not spinning. When they are in parked mode, so to speak. But if they are spinning and they fall down, then yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty much dead. I had that happen once when I was playing a game and there was an external hard drive on my desk, and I got angry and I just slammed my fist onto my desk and then I just heard.
Oh no!
That was the. I have a similar story about the last time I played Dota 2. The very last time I ever played Dota 2, I smashed a phone. It was a complete accident, and that's why I never played Dota. That's why I don't play Dota 2 anymore.
Yep.
I went, wow, I am way too old to be getting that upset at a video game, and then I never played it again.
I was playing Quake Champions and I thought the same. I said, man, I'm too old to get this wound up by some game, but
By
then
inevitably a 14-year-old on the other side of the game.
yeah. Yeah, and hackers and cheaters.
Yeah.
Quake Champions really has a lot of them. People that can shoot through walls and stuff.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it has become unplayable, like totally.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Hacksoon88 says, "Hey, Liquid," and then Liquid X19 says, "Hey, Otacon. I was wondering how the playtesting went."
Howdy, folks. The playtesting has gone awesome so far. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback, and that's actually what we're using to kind of work on today. Is we're going through and doing a lot of the tweaks that our playtesters mentioned to us to go through here and make corrections. And I'd say it's going well so far.
A bunch of us have been hitting the build with a bunch of sack of hammers, and we only found one showstopper so far, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, everything works so much better at this point than the original League, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I had to no clip so many times in the League, like even just in like the first chapter. Like I know it could be completed, but it was so unclear what to do. And but with the restoration, is like for the most part totally clear what to do, and the objectives panel really helps with that.
Yeah, in the League I was like stumbling around, not knowing where to go.
Yep.
I think the cigar is expecting to be mounted to an actor.
Oh.
And so when I try to mount it to the table, it just won't do it.
Huh.
Because I tried to mount it to the ashtray before. Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. It's because I'm a dum-dum. Now it'll work. It was literally just one setting. I saw it immediately as we went back into the editor.
Oh my gosh.
Now it'll work.
Hello.
Authorization successful. You know, the funny thing is,
it didn't fix it.
Damn it.
There's a really old SanDisk Cruiser USB stick, and I don't know. It's a few years old, and that one still works, but the other didn't. Well, not buying USB sticks anymore. Sick of it.
Yep, I bought a brand new PC, and I don't regret it in the slightest. This is definitely the nicest computer I have owned.
Mm-hmm. Liquid X says, "I noticed last stream Otacon was working pretty intensely on the casino. Has a lot more work been done in that section as well compared to last time?" We've mostly been looking places other than casino, actually.
Yeah, work is ultimately going to still be done on casino, but yeah, I can't say that I've actually worked too much on it since last stream.
At least not in this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll look about right. So this is what I mean. Look at these phalanges right here.
I really need a nuclear figurine to put in front of my
boy.
screen.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
What's the
everybody's.
opposite of sausage fingers? Any luck fixing the ammo type that sounds suppressed? It's not really a fix. It's just like a sound file. I
Yeah, we're
think.
supposed to modify the sound file. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the shotgun?
Well, we figured out why the shotgun makes chunks of concrete come out.
Oh,
We figured that out, so that should hopefully get fixed
nice.
soon.
Well, the weakest weapon still is the freeze ray. I mean, it's not even a freeze ray, it's like a water pistol.
Right. That'll also ultimately get changed.
Yeah, it needs to have a stream instead of this spray.
Sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and select all of these. So one of the things that was noted is that if you stand directly underneath these, I'll show it. If I...
I want to say the Duke coat of arms was in like Time to Kill. Actually, no, it was in the Atomic Edition too, in Pigsty.
So if I stand directly underneath this guy, he climbs back up.
Like Lady Luck just gave you the finger.
So why are these guys no longer fighting me? I didn't do anything to you.
Because they're waiting for their buddy. That's why. They're like, we can't start without our buddy Superfly.
That was strange. I didn't do anything to these guys. I just opened up their... Is that really what happened?
I think so.
They've chosen pacifism.
I've never seen that happen. I swear last time when I did this in testing, they just...
It's really funny. Oh. Okay. That's weird.
They're spawning without weapons.
Oh.
Oh, I must have accidentally enabled... Yep. I accidentally enabled used weapon override.
Oh, damn.
That makes sense.
Now it just looks like a surprise party for Duke with his buddies.
Yeah. with tentacles coming out of their face. Real close friends.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Groovy.
Look, I just want to become part of the many.
Tentacles.
I have to say...
It's a themed party.
I have to say the news that whoever chose for his companions were really stupid. Superfly and Johnson.
This guy just kind of went back up, and that's the end of it. So, my guess is that something in the actual code, though, because looking at like their properties here, I really wish I could show you guys the properties. They don't seem to...
There's a plan for friendly EDF soldiers later on, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this would look cool. Excuse me.
Groovy.
Oh, man. Making them do less damage is good, but they still are just oppressive sometimes.
When they fucking focus fire on you, you get melted.
Yeah.
Regarding the Snatcher parasites themselves, I wonder if there's a way that we could teach the player how to like get them off, like, because like I was really struggling with that when I was testing it, because like whenever the Snatcher would get me, I'd be like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And it almost seemed like there was like RNG associated with it.
There definitely is some kind of weird
Buy
art.
this for $1.
Okay, so
You're not
it's
supposed to be
kind
able
of
to pick that up. My bad.
whoop.
Well, I had a signature on my face, and I don't know how I did it, but Duke rips them off. Rips them, yeah, rips them in half. Yeah, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think the only way you could teach players is an ego prompt. You want it to be in-game contextual. Yeah, that'd be good. Example, Snatcher is an HP bar in the HUD, and you have the buttons to press there to damage it. Is that feasible with with the tech? Kind of like how props have HP bars and stuff.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I would definitely solve the problem.
Oh, maybe this will fix that. How
Is it
tall is
also
Duke? Duke is 48 units tall, I believe. So
he's a
I'll
short
make
king?
this like, which is funny because he's not supposed to be.
Really?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 6'5" or something like that. Supposed to be
And yet
some like tall boy.
he's a tiny man in like all his games. Oh. Snatcher right now, as far as I know,
Duke
is
has
just a player weapon. Interesting. Liquid says,
Duke
is there
has a
also...
Napoleon.
What's that?
I was gonna say Duke has a Napoleon complex.
Oh, absolutely. Liquid says, is there also a command/NPC property that makes them fight one another other than Duke? Kind of like a small NPC battle? I was wondering what command/property that was. There's evidence of that in Buffet at the moment.
Yeah, it's a property. There is like a value you can set to make them hate each other instead of hating Duke.
Good old Quake infighting.
Make the trigger of the guards to appear before. Yeah, I could do that. I'm gonna keep playing with this jump height thing. I think this is a good way. The thing is that I still want the player to see it happen. You know what I mean? You hear. I don't want to just like you hear the glass shattering, and then the player is just like, "What's going on?" And they're just like kind of looking for it, and then they find it. You know.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like you were exploring. You know, you were continuing on to the next part of the area, and then they ambush you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if this works any better. It doesn't seem like it's working, actually. It seems like they're just... It doesn't seem like they're actually jumping at all. It just seems like they're popping down when they're supposed to.
Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
You
I can't do a Cartman voice.
You guys. And girl.
Are we going to put any new types? Oh, this guy right here? This T-Rex head? Yeah. There's a pig cop. There's a mounted pig cop head, too, that I want to get re-enabled and placed as well.
Yeah, I saw that on the file. Isn't there like a shark head one too?
I think so, yeah. Oh, I'm no longer looking at the properties I want to be looking at anyways. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything I can do right now without going into the code to prevent these guys from doing that whole thing where they come back down.
This room has so much potential for expanding stuff. I'm not nearly as versed into all the Duke side games or the PS1s a bit, but I know Tomb Raider 3, 4 has a mansion with all the artifacts that are collected, which is a nice throwback. Yeah, that's kind of what the purpose of the study is. It's kind of like a little like, I mean, there's a little like combat, but it's mostly like, here's a celebration of all that Duke has done.
Yeah, and actually, we're gonna it's gonna get fleshed out a little more because we've been discussing that we actually kind of want this to be like almost like a touristy area where
Ooh.
people would have been able to actually walk through here, and
Well,
so
like,
like Duke's study is like his computer and stuff like that is most likely going to get shifted around a little bit.
mhm,
To reflect that this was supposed to be more of a
tourist attraction.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's a similar concept in 2011. I'll give them that, where they have like, you have to get into the Duke Cave by going through like your own museum and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into that. I mean, that's one of the few good points 2011 had.
So I'm gonna have to remake this so it's not a pistol, and it's just this. I can do like this. Oh, it
That
already.
pistol looks comically large.
Yeah, it's a little big. Okay. So let's see. What was some of the other feedback for this level? Okay.
Tub, are you saying he's got a beer can down there? It's just like a Mack truck.
Okay, so I see what you are saying here. So the suggestion here is to make this so it's not 3 ropes and make it like 2 ropes instead. Or make it like 1 rope instead. So I'm trying to think how we could do that. The feedback says add a maintenance ladder at the crossroad, have it be like a broken halfway point, and add a rope nearby that is anchored to the ceiling. Okay, so we can take this rope here. Let's go ahead and go into our 2D view because it's easier to mess with it from there. Here we go. And let's turn this to active. And I basically, let's try to move it so it's like underneath this guy.
Current plans for the demo is that we're targeting the end of the year.
Yep. It'll be a very dooky Christmas, I hope.
A dookie under your Christmas tree.
Okay, let's see. So placing that there instead, the idea... I ghosted. Ghosted, that's why it's broken. Okay, fair. So now the thing is, I don't think I actually necessarily have a... DN decoration, author Nick Schaefer, Brandon Reinhardt, Charlie Winterhold, and Charlie's mom. Thanks, Charlie's mom. The weird things they put back and forth in these scripts, man.
The era of your mom jokes.
Yeah. Honestly.
Charlie's mom was influential to DNF development.
Sounds like it.
She bought them cookies while they put porn in the game.
Oh, you guys.
Doing a little porn game there? I'm so proud of you, baby.
Seeing as all the porn is under Weeder's theme, I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I mean,
I'm playing Gary's mom.
Yeah.
I lost a wing. Death.
I'm just not going to say anything. In my attempts to research this game over the years and like track down like developers and possibly talk to them and shit, I had definitely learned things about the staff of 3D Realms that I wish I didn't learn.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, remove the cash reward from the extra rope jump and replace it with a pair of pipe bombs instead. Okay.
You know, people say Randy pitched like this and Randy pitched like that, but the folks at 3D Realms,
they were all fucked up in their own ways.
Like,
yeah, they were.
They got to 2011 by themselves before Gearbox even stepped in. Like, yeah, we can make the arguments that the 2008 build was probably more interesting and bigger, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know, I bet the writing was better because
I really doubt the lighter
yeah.
I really doubt it.
Or like characterization or things like that. Like, yeah.
I bet it was all the same.
Yeah, Haxon, that's a really interesting idea, but I think that would be like a real problem to develop around. Like the idea of like altering level geometry based on level difficulty. That would be a tall order, I think.
Is possible within the engine though.
It is possible, but it would take like refactoring the entire campaign for multiple difficulties, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That being said, the intentions of what you're asking are noble, and I respect them. I also care a lot about accessibility. This would be nice for you to know. We do have subtitles in game and working. It's based on September update. So yeah, they're very good subtitles. They're Half-Life 2 style. So we're getting there.
Okay, October, you want me to remove the M16 that's in this vent too. So I'm okay with that, but I want to replace it with something. So basically, how this all came about, it's supposed to be a vague Die Hard reference. I actually have the Die Hard voice line to add in there now, but I might not if we're going to remove it. So the thing is that I want to make sure that there's something for the player here, right? So originally, how this worked is this entire vent was super fucked up. I completely rebuilt this vent. It's not the original vent that 3D Realms placed here. And so, because of that, when I was doing it, I accidentally, because of how it was before, now this is one big block. Before, it was this, it was like the walls of the vent were pieced together by different brushes. Sorry for yawning. And so,
No
this part over here ended up being open. And when it was open like that, I liked the idea of the player being able to have a reason to be behind here. So I definitely want to make sure there's something here if I get rid of it.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Hetson in the chat, who was the one who headed up subtitle development.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Oh.
Blah says by 2008 the energy would have been long drained. Someone could do that on their own. I don't know what you're referring to me doing on their own, Blah.
Where's that being said? I don't see it.
Oh, in general chat of the room.
Oh, okay. I was not looking there.
Maybe I guess replace this with like a med kit and like a flashlight. Put like a flashlight here to make it look like a maintenance worker was here. Put maybe like a power cell because the player will have night vision goggles by now. Actually, no, the player doesn't have night
No,
vision
they
goggles
wouldn't.
yet.
They wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just maybe put a flashlight and a med kit. We don't have very many med kits yet. It might be nice for some of the people who are not as not ready to get good. You give them extra little pick me up here.
Maybe put a Desert Eagle there with like a extra magazine or something.
Hmm. There we go. Ice Snowstorm. I know you get the M16 and the rooftops before this level, but I also really like to try to base my levels behind the idea that you can pistol start them.
Yes.
So
Yeah, no. It's me. It's me. I'm just replying to this person who was talking about progression.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Weapons, pistol. I want to know what's happened here and who messed this up too. Not to point fingers at anybody, but why the fuck
It
is
was
pistol
me.
gold
Sorry.
not? Why does pistol gold not have the right mesh? It's a coding thing, which means somebody went into the properties of this weapon and changed it. Literally. Not a big fan. I've been messing with some of the stuff. Maybe that's something I'll have to go in and check out. See if I can't just easily reset it back to being the right one. We'll get those placed. And then plop ourselves down. It's under item. Might be a mountable. Yep. Place the flashlight here too. Oh, I guess I could probably put like a dead maintenance guy here and make it look like the pistol was in his hand. Although then he wouldn't have the gold pistol, but whatever.
You know.
I know, now I'm getting too nitpicky with myself. Carcass. Decorative corpse.
He's a big Duke fan. He got his to be made exactly like Duke Nukem's. There. That's the lore.
Yep. I'm impressed with the subtitle work, yeah, but I'm thinking in terms of motor function accessibility. Maybe making Duke jump higher and easier modes so he's less likely to miss jumps.
Huh.
Not a bad idea.
You know, we actually have talked about some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about the idea of making it so you can, like the laser trip mine puzzle is easier on easier difficulties. I suppose we could do stuff like that to where, like, you know, how on maybe on like hard we can cut this down to the whole like one rope idea and stuff like that, but then on like easy, maybe instead of having like the 3 rope jump puzzle, we just make one really big rope and then like put that at the end so the player can just climb up it.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea, and I will definitely put more thought into it. I don't want to say that stuff like that would be ready for the demo, but I definitely hear where you're coming from, and you've definitely got me thinking about it.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I know the project is really dedicated to being as 2003 as possible, but I think the ideas of accessibility in 2022 are something we could absolutely plug into DNF. I think that's a totally fine thing. I don't think any reasonable person would be upset by that.
Right.
No, I don't think it has to be completely retro.
No, yeah. Like, we want people to play this, even
Yeah.
if they're like, you know.
So people people like me can play it who waited for this game since like forever.
Yeah.
And newer people can play this who never played a Duke Nukem game before. So, yeah, I guess we want this to be accessible.
Exactly. I mean, we want as many people to experience Duke's rebirth as possible.
Yeah.
That was my approach to music as well. I wanted it to be. You have this 90s, early 2000s vibe, but not too much.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
Not too retro. So yeah, yeah. You know, I don't want to sound dated or anything.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Like there's a fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy definitely needs a new nose. Something the modelers are working on. Welcome back, Rainbow. Yeah, of course we're still going.
I mean, it's not tracker music like. I mean, in this time period, tracker music was being used a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like in Deus Ex or stuff like that. So yeah, it may be reminiscent of some tracker stuff, but yeah, just mix some retro with modern influences.
Groovy.
Best of both worlds, really.
Oh, I can loot his corpse through the wall. That's weird.
Huh. Looks like the trailer's premiering.
Why you just T-prosing, bro? You okay? Maybe I don't want to have you as a decorative corpse.
No, you know what? I like the T-pose. I'm just hanging out here. That's what I do.
Just vibing.
Just vibing, yeah.
Damn, I make this look good.
Oh, what trailers premiering?
Bullseye.
The Mario trailer.
Oh,
Oh, wow, that definitely makes that fight a hell of a lot easier.
The CDF guys
I'd
are
buy this
nasty.
for $1.
Sounds like the trailer is perfectly fine. It is exactly fine out of 10.
So, I saw some posts about his face, so what about his face? What about Mario's face?
He looks like a CGI cartoon. Mario.
What?
Mario.
I mean, he looks normal to me. It's just Mario.
Good old Mario. I just posted the Mario and no Mike. Apparently Chris Pratt is even doing a voice. It's just Chris Pratt's voice. Outstanding.
No! Stop it!
It's
No!
just his fucking voice, dude.
Stop! No!
I'm watching it right
It's
now.
worse than I could have. It's worse than I thought it was gonna be. No, it's just his voice. Stop.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh god,
I don't-
this looks bad.
Oh, animated.
I don't get it, to be honest.
Well, because like I can't believe he would just do his voice. First off, you got to give voice actors props, man, because like they don't get it, you know. Like they don't get credit for like half the time. So you have Charles
voice.
Martinet, who has been doing the fucking voice of Mario for the last like 30 years. And then they're going to use Chris Pratt because they think it's going to sell fucking tickets. So then not only do they mess it up so badly, Chris Pratt just does his own voice. Just does his own voice, bro. You're not even going to pretend. Like, I get it. People are going to rip you and make fun of you for doing a bad Mario voice. But not even trying?
I will be watching the sub.
So wait, let me get this right. This isn't for a game, is it? Is it a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And they didn't
Bowser
get
sounds
the guy.
weird.
They didn't get the original Mario guy for this.
Charles cameo.
It's cool that it's a cameo, but
at least the bad Mario movie had somebody that sounded like Mario.
Oh god, Bob Hoskins was so good. Bless his heart.
It was.
That movie owns. Fuck
Have
it.
Have you seen the the cut with all the cut content and stuff? Like,
No.
Somebody got all the film for it and
What?
recut the film. Yeah, look it up.
Holy shit! I'll do that right now.
Okay, so yeah, I just watched it. Yeah, it's just Chris Pratt. He doesn't do anything. And Bowser sounds wrong.
I mean, what the heck? Why?
well, Bowser's Jack Black, so I can imagine it sounds wrong. As much as I like Jack Black, I saw Tenacious D in concert like a week or two ago, but yeah.
Oh, I love Tenacious D, but I mean, Jack Black is not Bowser.
No. I don't understand. I'm glad he's got a cameo. You know, say that he's got a cameo. That's cool, but
He
I still
deserves more.
feel it. It's kind of fucked.
Did they ask him not to do an Italian accent in case someone was, upset about the Italian accent? Is that why?
I have no idea.
Because of the Apu thing?
Maybe it is. Maybe it wouldn't be PC or something.
Yeah, but the whole Apu thing, that ended up not being a big deal. Like, I understand that the guy eventually still stepped down and stuff, but that ended up not being a big deal. I don't think. Maybe that's just my perception.
I always thought people doing a voice racist was dumb. Like it's their job to do a voice.
It can be.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
if it's derogatory, if you're literally doing a stereotype.
I am
But,
pointing my finger at Shadow Warrior 97.
That's a
Yeah.
stereotype. That's racist.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's racist. That's like totally. That's like someone imitating an Asian person to mock them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Charlie Day's Luigi, and there's no Luigi in this trailer, so this trailer is a fucking disaster as far as I'm concerned. Oh wait, no, there's
Yeah.
Luigi.
Oh wait, there is? I didn't finish watching it. I just waited till I heard Mario.
He's at the very end and just makes some noises. That's it. That looks like a motion picture that will be in theaters. Yes.
I bet this is going to be horribly unfunny, by the way. The whole movie.
Probably.
What was the last actually okay Chris Pratt movie? What, like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Jurassic Park.
Is that
Jurassic World? I
haven't
like
seen
Jurassic World.
The only thing I didn't like, no spoilers for the movie, but the only thing I didn't like about the new movie was the fact that it's just fucking Jurassic Park 1. No spoilers,
Yeah.
It's just Jurassic Park again.
It's Jurassic Park, but it knows it's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, like it killed me that like the entire premise of this was supposed to be this cool thing where like, oh, the they're everywhere now, it's Jurassic World now, but it still just takes place on a fucking island.
Yep. Yep.
Fix the collision for the M16.
They really don't have any new ideas for these movies.
Well, I mean, they do, but the problem is like all that shit exists in like the indie market, or then is that like, and then what happens is these huge studios hire indie directors to come in and shoot these huge genre movies, and then they take them away from them, and they have their own in-house editing team, and they remove anything that made the movies interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like a blockbuster movie in like a year and a half.
I love going to the movies. Like the actual
I mean, I
theater
like going
experience,
to the
I
movie.
love it.
I love the theater.
Yeah. I haven't been to the movies since COVID started.
The only movie I've seen recently is I see the Dragon Ball movie that came out recently.
Oh, hell yeah.
There was a Dragon Ball movie?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Honestly, the nice thing about there not being, like, the nice thing about COVID is that every time we went to the theater, it was completely empty. Like, we saw so many shows where, you know how they were having that deal where you could pay, like, $100 or whatever to get the... No, dude. Like, peak... Like, I wouldn't say peak. Like, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through the pandemic, or like, as it was, like, still in, like... I guess like lockdown had been lifted, but I don't know. Like as we started going more, 2021. As we like, or like even like the beginning of this year, like the summer, like we started going to the movies a little more, and every single time still there's like nobody in the theaters, which is like a good thing because it's cool that there's nobody there, and it's also kind of like a bad thing because it tells you that movie theaters are going. But yeah,
I love movie theaters. Sad they're dying. Oh, the last movie I saw in theaters was the new Doctor Strange movie. My mom wanted to see it.
Okay.
Movie.
I thought it was kind of boring.
I saw Black Panther in theaters.
The last one I saw was the new Blade Runner movie, so yeah.
That's a good
new Blade Runner?
Quite a while ago then.
Yeah.
It has been a while, yeah.
Okay, well, those two secrets basically almost give you full. The secret basically.
I gotta say, I missed the.
I gotta fix that. No, you're fine.
And I gotta say, I missed the old flair of cinema when it wasn't digital with the projectors and stuff, and movies, and film reels and everything.
For sure. Take it easy, President.
Take it easy, bud.
No, it was really special, and I like the sound of the projector. And the guy who's maybe changing wheels and stuff, and yeah.
So I'm leaving my city next week to go hang out with someone, and we're apparently going to go to like a local video theater and start renting film reels and that.
Nice.
pretty
Yeah.
There's one in Freiburg. That's not far away from me. It's a small cinema. It shows indie movies and stuff, and yeah, they are still very old school.
Yeah. I'd love to see like Aliens or something on like 75 millimeter or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick.
There was a movie theater near me that was playing the original Ghostbusters movie, and I was gonna go see it, but I ended up not going to go see it.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're roboting out hard, Jazz.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Remove any ammo that can be found. Okay, so we replace that. Turn the side room next to Duke's study into a small armory with the M16 fully in show along with some clips. Oh, instead of having the secret door? Okay.
We never got any good video game movies. Really.
Street Fighter.
I like
Yeah,
Vice
Street
City
Fighter
here,
maybe,
though.
but
Mortal
yeah,
Kombat,
I mean,
too.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, the first one's great.
Yeah, but just think about the awful Resident Evil movies or the awful Doom movies or.
So,
Yeah,
I like the first and third and fifth Resident Evil movies a lot.
I don't.
Yeah, there's definitely some okay Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, when they get really silly, it's really fun.
Yeah.
When they get like, we're gonna be serious, like zombie action movie, it is not fun. God, the ending of 5. God damn, and then the 6 was so bad after. Oh.
I don't like the actress, to be honest.
Rainbow Gem asked the sway on the view model when you move the camera. Was that a restoration project addition or was it always there?
I think President already answered him, said restoration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that was always there.
But let me rephrase that. Let's say we never got any good Doom movies.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, I own Doom on Blu-ray. Like, it's not a good movie, but like, it's not the worst thing ever made, and that's that's saying something.
Yeah, but the second one
is worse.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I've heard the second one's pretty bad.
It's completely atrocious.
It's released under that Universal label where like they release all their budget films, right? Like 1440 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
it's
checks out.
It's a bit like Asylum movies.
The other feedback for this level was remove the surprising amount of snatched humans in the beginning and the vents leading into Duke's study. Leave only 2 both maintenance workers. First one is hunched over against the wall as the player gets out. The starting vent. Second one is at the crossway on the other side of the vent. Coming across is the area as the player approaches the middle. Okay. I should be able to do that, so I can just take this dude and give him, make him sleep in. Where is it? Sleep attack.
Speaking of Doom and Duke, I hope we still get the Masters of Doom TV show, and I hope we get I hope we do get a good Duke Nukem movie soon.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that Masters of Doom thing to happen.
It still shocks me that like no one has picked up that series. Like that seems like, I don't know, if I was running Netflix or something, I'd be like, yeah, I'll have some of that.
They were working on the pilot, right?
Yeah. Were they working on it for USA Network, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then USA Network just didn't pick it up, I guess, which sucks.
I hope we still get it at some point.
Okay, October. So I hear what you're saying. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this one being a maintenance worker who's set to sleep attack. I got rid of this one in the middle here. I'm gonna leave this one another maintenance worker, and then I'm gonna leave this one as a random snatched. That way, it like answers. Well, that's not how it spreads. So, hmm. Yeah, right. Never mind. I don't want to have 3 maintenance workers. That's too many.
I looked at the Masters of Doom IMDb page, and Tyler Jones, gamer, made me laugh.
Yeah, there's still activity on the IMDb page. Last I checked, so I don't know what's happening there.
Maybe it just quietly died.
Yeah.
Which is a sad thing. I was really hyped for it, and I
Same.
looked forward to it seeing the history of its software being made into a TV show.
Well, we'll see how the FPS doc does. I mean, who knows? If the FPS doc does really well, outside of the money made on Kickstarter, then maybe networks will take another look at that pilot and maybe pick it up. But also, it might be too late because we don't know if the actors will be available or whatever. But it would be nice to at least be able to see the pilot.
It was announced I don't know, 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the actors are working on something else, and there's only one picture I saw, which was shot outside of a building with Carmack's and Romero's cars standing on the street. That was the only picture. I think it was supposed to be its software building with the cars outside.
Something else we've talked about that I definitely want to try to mess with and get implemented is fast snatched. These guys are just kind of way too slow as it is right now.
Like fast zombies from Half-Life 2?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. But they're just way too slow to be, really a threat.
Threatening?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
you're
pretty slow.
I guess just 2 in there is fine.
Really like the menu. Main menu. It's weird. It's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay. In Duke Study, outside of the 5 EDF, add 2 more breaking through the other windows. Okay. So it's kind of like a flank. Alright. I like that. So this is pretty easy. We just... Let's see where that's going to rappel down onto, because I want to make sure they can actually land wherever they're going. I think that'll be okay. And then... move this guy to right here.
You can have them land right where the study door is, or either forces you to engage openly or to deal with the two coming down. You have to engage them openly either way, but you can choose which group to tackle first. Ideally, that gets you to try the M16 since fast rate of fire and kill potential.
Right where the study door is. 2 already basically drop right in front of the study door. Or do you mean this door? Which again, they also kind of do. Oh, no worries. I was just trying to make sure I understood. Okay, so now what we have to do is find the glass pieces. Painstakingly select them.
Above the statues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, huh. Is this also already set as breakable glass? Yep. Perfect. So we're just going to take this and then name these the same thing. And now, when we rebuild...
You're fine, October. Don't worry about it. If you want to do some better commenting of your own images, that's totally fine. But like, don't feel bad. Like,
oh yeah, no,
yeah,
still been super...
you're still being super helpful.
Yeah, super great feedback.
I'm a professional. Don't try this at school. Movie.
Plop down here. Plop down here. These homies didn't spawn. Oh, I know why. Because when you duplicate stuff, it doesn't carry over the tags.
Oh.
Now, it'll do it. Alright, I'm still going to run through the beginning part of it here because I want to kind of test how it is balance-wise with the new. This flashlight, having this flashlight on is actually really messing with everything else. It's like messing with the lighting in the hallway.
You have the flashlight, but have it be turned off by default?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, I think now that you have that med kit right before here too, it'll help a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's starting to get tired. I'm just hearing lots of like groaning and stretching and stuff on voice. Me included. But this has been a really good stream.
For sure.
Oh.
There they go. He landed exactly where I wanted him to, too. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm a professional. Don't try this at school.
Alright, honestly, not too bad. Especially with a med kit, very manageable. Nice. That works pretty well.
Outstanding.
Let's see. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't even too bad, even without using the bite bombs. And honestly, I think that's just about as far as I can move this guy. I might be able to like butt him up right against here, but then that would be like have him landing on the like banister.
One land down and one land on the statue platform could still be good. Also helps a player at the last level to pay more attention to verticality.
What was that?
So having one EDF soldier land down and then having the other one land on the statue platform could still be a good idea because you're teaching the player that, hey, enemies can spawn in vertical locations, just like in rooftops.
Okay, yeah, let me see if I can get him to land on top of here.
Will we eventually be replacing the EDF trooper dialogue, like this like the monster dialogue, or is that going to be staying throughout the entire game?
What do you mean?
Well, I was just thinking because we're going to be replacing so much other dialogue, I worry that, like, because probably a lot of our stuff will not be like in recording in professional studios and all that. I wonder if it might come across like an asset mismatch almost, like if like the EDF dialogue is really like high quality, like good recording and stuff, and we're not able to match that. If it might seem like a little off, I don't know. I'm half asleep now, so my brain is kind of shutting down. Okay.
My answer would be, yeah, we could do something like that, but if we were to do that, we would want to make sure that we still kind of get like the same kind of similar.
For sure. Yeah. I'm sure you can definitely do that with like modern VSTs and all that.
Yeah.
Short controlled bursts.
Area secure.
I also didn't grab the med pack. It'd be cool if I made. I'm kind of thinking about making like a hard to make jump right here that allows you to sequence break. Like raise one of these up ever so slightly, you know? Make it like a really hard jump.
Groovy. Damn, I make this look good.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. in a while. Aliens, one of my favorites.
I watched it with someone who's never seen it before, and it was an absolute blast. They'd never seen Aliens. I don't think they've ever seen Terminator
I'd
2
buy this
either.
for
We
a
watched that
dollar.
both nights, and it was super fucking rad.
I really need to watch the Terminator movies.
Rat bastard.
I really need to start thinking more now that I've merged all my accounts together, that doing that idea of having like movie night or something in the Discord.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of good 80s action movies that we could all stand to watch and learn from.
Yeah, like I watched Total Recall a month or two ago, and that was
hell
yeah, so good.
Yep.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, I like that EDF dropping on top of there. I like that a
Yeah.
little more. We'll keep that.
Yeah, Escape from New York is amazing. There's like anything like Carpenter, or well, maybe not anything, because there's definitely a point of no return for him.
Ghosts of Mars. That was the point of no return.
I know that people love They Live, but I feel like it gets very muddied in its own message.
It does. And I think like he even admits that. Like he said that like the message, like it doesn't try to be like what's the actual quote? Hang on, let me pull it up. I remember.
Sad thing is that conspiracy theorists use this movie for their agenda.
Yeah. Yeah, like white supremacists and neo-Nazis thinking like, oh, this is a movie about us. And he says, no, the movie is firmly about yuppies and unrestrained capitalism.
Yeah, and media.
Yeah.
So, I've only got like 10, 15 minutes left. But I'm going to go ahead and open up Dark Hotel. Because that's the next one I've got comments on. And is a map that I mostly handle. So let's see. Harold stops responding. Yeah, that's not one we're fixing in 15 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Music phases.
Yeah, I was definitely noticing some weirdness with music and saving and loading, but specifically with Dark Hotel, like it wasn't. It still played the quiet tense theme, but when it switched to like the action version of you get the night vision goggles, if you save and load, it doesn't play that theme again. It just goes back to the tense theme.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Snatched civilians currently spawn behind or even in front of the player repeatedly.
Yeah, the Monster Factories seem a little overeager in Dark Hotel.
Yeah, this one is messed up for sure.
Yeah.
Because this one is supposed to be, if I can find the pieces parts for it. It's one of these triggers here. Post bedroom, maybe? No, that's after the player leaves. It's supposed to be return ambush 6. So, what I did to make this was I looked at the other events that trigger here, because this event up here triggers ambush 3. Activate return triggers means that these triggers aren't supposed to activate until whatever activates return triggers goes off, but for some reason these bros spawn regardless.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's because of this, which is not something that I did. Hotel room ambush. Oh, okay. That triggers these folks. Oh, that's this one here. Maybe there's something here that. Okay. Dude, I don't know what you were thinking. How the fuck were 6 Snatch gonna fit in this room? I must have been. Okay, dude.
Past Otacon paying for present Otacon's issues. Or no, vice versa.
Wait, what was that?
I was trying to make a joke. I said, is present Otacon paying for past Otacon's crimes?
Yeah. That's generally how it is. Because they'll stay up until like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning working on something, and then go to sleep, and then come back a couple days later, and it's just like, oh god.
Yeah, the fuck did I do?
Doesn't always happen, but it does happen sometimes. Okay, this still doesn't answer why these guys are just triggering automatically.
Yeah.
Thing factory, covert falling. Oh, it's because of this trigger. It's because this is set to initially active. No, it's not. Bruh. Oh, wait. Normal trigger. Other trigger toggles. I think that's what I want. Yeah. This trigger needs to be set to other trigger turns on. Because then that means another trigger activates it instead of it being activated automatically. Okay, cool. So that should fix that a little bit. But the other one, so it's probably it's most egregious in the main hallways, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's the thing factory for these folks. They're right here, and it's going to be an ambient sound. Far side ambush. Okay. Take this. And search.
Excuse me.
Oh, I already cut that down. Okay, well, let's see if this is a little easy, a little better. How do you start the game? Is it there's change in the beginning? So the only thing we've changed is we've actually integrated the interview. And we've also given the player a way to skip the interview.
Ruby. Hasta la vista, asshole. I'd buy this for $1. Let's
I
dance.
feel like the wake radius on these guys still needs to be raised just a little bit.
Yeah, I probably would not be a bad idea.
Next. Step right up and get some. Step right up and get some. Who's next? Oh yeah, there's more where that came from.
What's that accent?
Just had a thought when you were talking about the music, okay?
You won't need to run around blind in the dark anymore.
Yeah, it's a good transition, October. It's the way it phases into the action theme is really good.
Let us know what you think after you've had a chance to try it out. Great.
Oh yeah, there's more where that came from.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We did increase the wake radius on this homie.
Step right up and get some.
So it's much more reasonable. Maybe that could be down to 3. Something was weird about that. It's supposed to spawn multiple units.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
Wake radius on this homie needs to be increased.
Oh yeah, there's more where that came from.
But these hallways feel a little better now. They don't just have like dudes spawning as you like continue on anymore, which is better.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't this really sad in the beginning? Well,
I mean, it's supposed to be, right?
Supposed to be sad. I
It's
wouldn't
kind of
say sad, but creepy.
Yeah.
Slow.
Is this the sleeping homie? Yeah. Wake radius is now 256.
Does fit the mood, it's just really heavy. Yeah, it is. It's John Carpenter style.
Post bedroom ambush, burn victim. Post bedroom ambush, that already got tweaked. Whatever. Okay. Just the sleeping homie. Yep. Up his sleep wake radius. These are all sleeping homies. increase their wake radius. Try this again.
I want to talk about Interceptor for a bit.
Go for it.
The track was originally inspired by the Raid.
Hasta la vista, asshole.
Some of you may know that movie.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
It's about a dude who gets killed by a street racing gang.
I buy this for a dime, you rat bastard.
Then comes back as a ghost with a ghost car. So yeah, that was the original inspiration for that. And
awesome.
Die, you rat bastard.
It ended up being really great because yeah, I think I posted it on the community server and many people said, oh man, this is great,
Just
this should
gave
be
you
in the
the
game.
finger.
Yeah, now it is.
I was thinking of, so I used to do some music like way back in the day, but I have like a bunch of stuff on like noise level. I was going to say like, hey, if like the team wants to use any of it, like they can feel free. There's a lot of like really good ambient stuff on there, a lot of really good like synthy stuff. I don't really know how I would like post that, I guess. I don't know.
Pop it into like restoration suggestions.
Sure.
In like
All
a
right.
Google Drive link or something like that. Or if you don't want to open it up to everybody, just like DM us.
I just got stuff on like Bandcamp and shit, that's it.
Graves here. I have good news, dude.
I have to add
You won't need
that
to run around blind in the dark anymore. Our engineers have been working on a night
really
vision
reached the end of the line by now.
It's being uploaded to you right now.
I made a
Let
lot
us
of
know what you
music
think
and
after you had a chance to try
I
it
don't
out.
really see what else I could do, and there's a lot of tracks already, and you could almost use them for the whole game. And, yeah.
Next.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, fair enough. You've definitely given us quite a bit. We're still kind of just gotta find the right places to put it. I mean, we've got like some 70-something levels, so
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't my job to score the whole game, so.
Okay.
It's awesome stuff.
No, it's not that I don't like to work on this. I love it, but I think I did my part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the team is kind of structured in a way where, like, you know, we fully expect people to come in and out, you know, at all times, right? Like, it's a rotating door.
You have stuff in the game already by me, and you're gonna put some stuff, put some tracks by me in the game later, and you know. And like I said, I made a lot, so I don't see the point of making more.
Yeah, I get you.
And, I don't want it to be mediocre or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, that door wasn't always like that.
What the?
What happened?
Uh-oh. I didn't even know you could open that door.
Yeah, inside this room is where that shot was. The dead lady in the bathtub.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Huh. Although for that video, little movie magic here for you guys, I added a red light to the scene so you could actually see what was going on. Probably have to do that for real. But what the fuck happened here, man? This door used to open just fine, so I don't know what exactly happened here, but that'll have to get corrected. You'll get a proper report about it later. I appreciate that. Yeah, the holes in the pits need to actually kill the player.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, what I wanted to say is, if I go on, it may become the quality might suffer, the quality might decline, and I don't want that. So yeah, I would say that uh, that's it. That's me being done.
I feel you.
Yeah. So has been a lot of fun though.
Yeah, no, of course. I look forward to hearing more of your work in the game.
Yeah.
Move the 100 fuse amp to be in front of the fuse box. Maybe have it tilted. So the reason it's here is because if you try to stick it in there, it actually does a little explosion. I tried to add this guy over here to this box or to this drawer, but I was having issues with it. Even though I disabled its collision.
Really want to release all of that as an album when the game is out. But I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool. I'd like to release some all of the music that's on the that's in the build as like a restoration DNF restoration project album.
Yeah.
You really bug my friend Jazz to see if they want to contribute a song to this. They were
Alrighty.
joking about making a grab bag remix, but like, and then another friend was also doing a grab bag remix, but I think they were just fucking around.
Gotcha.
Last thing, the last thing I'll finish is the Waterworld Sea Shanty version.
Awesome.
Nice.
And that way, that's the last track.
Cool.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
So then you would have like, is it 12, 13? Yeah, a lot of tracks in my library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, at one point you have to stop.
Sure. I understand. You're fine, man. I don't want you thinking that we're like, not going to be using what you've submitted or anything else like that or anything like that either. We've just been working through stuff, and working through still adding music and stuff like that and determining that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Never thought of that. Told you.
that's not how I wanted that to look.
Huh?
Just you're kind of cutting off.
Groovy.
Let's test.
There you go. You're good.
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say, I know you're gonna use music made by me in the game, so everything's fine. I don't have any doubts, and but yeah, I just finished that one track, and the, then I'm done. That's my work being done.
I feel
Cool.
you. Yeah, right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Alrighty though. Let's actually I can move it into here and make it look like it's supposed to. But I've got to get going.
Yeah, I gotta get ready for my class coming up soon. But this was awesome,
move this into
as
here.
always.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate everybody for coming out and tuning in and hanging out for the stream today. Got quite a few more things done here, just tightening stuff up. Really appreciate everybody coming out. Next week, we will most likely be going back to Tuesday. I just had to do Thursday this week for other stuff. So, honestly, if I'm being honest with everybody, it's because my Steam Deck was being delivered to work on Tuesday, and I wanted to make sure I could make it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on.
I think that's one of the things I would get myself for Christmas.
Yeah, for sure.
I bought it for myself for a birthday gift, so I get it.
Oh, hell yeah. Is it your birthday this week?
Next week.
Okay. Well, we shall. I'll try to remember that. Before we cut off for the
if y'all want to send some cash.
All right.
Before we cut off for the day, I would also like to reiterate we are hiring for 3D art modeling, level design, programming, playtesting, and voice acting. You can see all those links on the ModDB page. And yeah, if you have the skills for this team, we'd love to have you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And all those links for those things can be found on our Discord server.
Yep. It's all in the Discord server, and feel free to come on by. We're a pretty chill bunch. And yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Keep it easy.
Take it easy, y'all.